Okay, so we got another one. We're getting close to the end here with the factoring completely. Again, this is basically a summation of all the type of factoring that we have learned. Remember, your first step when it comes to any type of factoring completely is see if there's a GCF. You can clearly see, yes, we have a GCF. Remember, A through D. Do we have matching set of parentheses? No. But we do have the same letter in every term. Notice X, X, X. When you have the same letter in every term, we told you take out the smallest exponent. 4, 3, 2, so we're going to have to take out an x squared out of each term. Not only do we have a letter in common, hopefully you recognize we have a number in common. If you don't see it, remember, do a tree diagram. 14 is 2 times 7. 49 is 7 times 7. 56, 2, 2, 2, 7. Remember, tree diagram. Most of you probably knew 8 times 7 is 56, but 8 can be broken down as 2 and 4, and 4 can be broken down as 2 and 2. So you can see that they all have a 7 in common. These have 2's, but this one doesn't. But that still means we have a GCF for at least 7. And the fourth one, does it start with a negative? Must factor this out as part of the GCF. So make sure that you got these 3 GCFs. X squared, because they all have an x in common. 7, because they all have a number in common. And a negative, because it starts with a negative. Once we figure out that that's our GCF, let's figure out what the leftover is. Now the leftovers, we always told you, once you find your GCF out, is divide each of our terms by the negative 7x squared, the GCF that we just got. So if I divide this by negative 7x squared, make sure you include the sign, we're going to get our leftovers. So this divided by this, positive 2, x to the 4th x squared, there's an extra 2 x's left on top. Here, 49 divided by negative 7, you should know that's going to be a negative 7, 3 x's versus 2, extra x left over. And then negative 56 divided by negative 7, we're going to get a positive 8, x squared over x squared. Remember, when there's a tie, they're all gone. They get canceled out. Now, that might be not your final answer. Why? Because remember, just because it says factor completely and you were able to take out GCF, we always have to look at our leftovers to see if they can be factored out any further. So let's take a look at just this part. 2x squared minus 7x plus 8. When you have this, you count how many terms are left over, because we already took out the GCF. We can see that we can either do shortcut, arch, or FOIL. Because there's a number in front, we're going to do arch. We're going to multiply is our first step. So when you multiply, 2 times 8 is 16. All the convoluts is 16. There's your step 2. Step 3, we know we're going to add our list. And then next, hold up. Look. 7, 17, 7, 10, 7, 8. There's no match. Notice that we cannot choose a combo. That's important. If you cannot choose a combo, that tells me we cannot factor this any further. We can only take out the GCF. It is not prime. Now some of you might say, well, wait, if I can't choose a combo, isn't that prime? It's prime in the sense that this cannot be factored out, but your original problem was this, which we were able to take out the GCF. We had to make sure that you know Then once you take out your GCF, check your leftovers, see if you can break that down any further. If you can, then, just like the last question, question number 13, we broke it down further. But if you cannot, then this is your final answer where you took out the GCF. Because we double checked to see that there is no added that matches the middle of your trinomial. So this is your final answer.